Hi everyone, this is Avdeeva here. I'm so happy to greet you tonight on our Thursday, 7:30 p.m. I'm really very excited to be here tonight with you, and that tonight we start our project. Tonight we start our new journey through the Well-Tempered Clavier, Book 2 by Johann Sebastian Bach. So I hope that you have all had a good start into the new year, and I hope that this year will be a peaceful one, which will bring us some happiness, light, and of course, good health. So from tonight on, we are continuing or starting another journey to the second book of Well-Tempered Clavier. First of all, I just wanted to thank you all for your amazing support during our first travel through the book 1, which have started. It has started in April last year, 2020, and the idea of this journey with you came actually after one of the first streams which we had together back in March as the lockdown started. Because Bach's music is so amazing. It gives us all such a support. It gives us strength and also compassion. So it is somehow it was the result of our conversation that I had this idea to make this journey with you. And the first book, Travel, the first world journey, was absolutely exciting, because now I was making a kind of recapitulation of that one. So we had over 400,000 views for the entire book 1. Thank you so much for this amazing support, for your wonderful comments, which were very inspiring for me as well. So it is a great pleasure that we are starting now with the book 2, and I would be very excited if you would join me for this new trip as well. So I am a little bit, tonight I'm also excited. I'm running a kind of experiment here, because I would like also to share these streams also on YouTube, because sometimes, as you might remember, that sometimes the streams were cut off on Facebook, as Facebook recognizes it as copyright infringement. So that's why I'm trying also to stream on YouTube. So please be patient with me, just in case something goes wrong. But I hope that it will work very well. I also have some new equipment here. This is my new microphone, which I hope will give us a better sound experience, because I remember that many times you were saying that, especially when I was sitting on the piano, the sound quality was not as clear. So please give me your feedback also about the sound quality. Oh, Jov, hi, I see you that you are watching this on YouTube. I am glad that it works. So I hope we will be I will be doing fine. Yes, Alexandra. Yeah, that was my. I think that my mic, good mic, is indeed important, especially when I'm back on the piano. So from tonight on, I will be every Thursday, as usual. I will be greeting you, and we will be discussing the Prelude and Fugue one by one, as we did also with the book 1. And also this remains an open space for these discussions, for the conversations about music, about any technical, pianistical things, or basically about music. And I am very, very happy to have you all here. And again, yes, we will have our inspiring, for me, very inspiring conversations about many different things around music. And yes, Alex, this will be again Our streams will be also taking place every Thursday as usual, 7:30 p.m. On Facebook and YouTube also every week. I just hope that we will have good technical, that the technique will, the technology will be on my side as well. Professor Palechnik, Happy New Year. It's great to see you here. I hope you are well, and I'm sending my warmest wishes to Warsaw. Yes, this YouTube also looks working fine. Hi Rolf, and hi, of course, my best greetings to Switzerland. So let's come to the reason of our journey, which is Well-Tempered Clavier by Johann Sebastian Bach's second book. This is, of course, a completely, let's say, it's not quite clear what is the reason why Bach decided to compose this second book after, of course, the first one, which he did in 1722, and which he definitely somehow dedicated also to the youth, to the students, to any music lovers, any performers. So for the second book, there is no, actually, I would say for me the most charming thing about it as well is that there is no original Bach manuscript, so-called fair copy for this book. So there are two sources which we possess. First source is actually, it is in London. It is at the British Library. So this source is actually it consists of 21, so 3 preludes and fugues in this manuscript, in the London manuscript, are missing. So the C sharp minor, D minor, and D major and F minor are not there, as well as also the title page. So there is no name for the cycle there. So actually, it looks like Bach and Anna Magdalena Bach, his wife, they wrote this manuscript and sent it to Wilhelm Friedemann, Bach's son, to Dresden, and after a while it arrived in London. But so the Bach's writing and Anna Magdalena Bach's writing is absolutely clear, and this is a copy which might have been made between 1739 and 1740. Nevertheless, in 1744, Bach's pupil and son-in-law Johann Christoph Altnicol made a copy which should be actually the copy of the revised version, which Bach somehow I think that's again, this is something special about Bach's spirits, that he didn't finish it. He was continuing developing the music. He was continuing working on it. So it was not. There is no real final result of this book, which is somehow. I think it's so amazing that such a master as Bach, that he was still working on new. He was trying. We will see it also tonight in the C major Prelude and Fugue, that he was still developing, he was searching for the clearest message in his music, which is actually, I find that so inspiring as well, that someone never stops, that someone is always, this perfect, trying to get better, to be more perfect, to be more clear. It's not about even being perfect, but more clear, so direct in the message. So this is the so-called B source. This copy, this copy, the B source of Altnicol, must be the copy from Bach's original manuscript, and it is in Berlin at the Staatsbibliothek, at the Berlin Library. So there is no clear answer which version is right, which version is more is more correct. So there is no fair copy, but it is interesting indeed to compare them, because in some as well, also in the C major Prelude and Fugue, we can see what Bach was doing, what he was changing, where he was going to, what he was developing. So I think this is again an exciting study of Bach's work, and basically I think not only Bach, I think many composers, I assume, work this way, that they make a draft of a musical idea and then they develop it, and to see where it goes, I think it's for me this really very exciting. So also in the world temple, you see, well-tempered clavier. In the second book we have again some preludes and fugues which Bach composed before. So he just developed some preludes and fugues which he already composed before, and some he definitely composed for this cycle, especially the preludes and fugues in unusual keys. That is definitely music which he composed for this cycle. Again, there will be some preludes and fugues which he transposed from another tonalities, but this we will see one piece after another. So very excited to start our journey throughout the Well-Tempered Clavier Book 2. By the way, I would be very curious to know from you, what is, in your opinion, what in your feeling, would you say that you are more familiar with the music from the book 1 or from book 2? Which you think you heard more regularly, and which pieces somehow, or which book would you say is more better known for you? I would be very curious, because for me I'm not sure, to be honest. Because I have to confess that I also in my student years I played also some from, quite many actually, also from book 2. So I'm not sure how to say, but I see that Alex, Travis and Annalisa saying book 1, and also Carla says book 1. Hi Maria, I see that you are also for the first book is more familiar to you. Yes, it is. Somehow I would also book 1. Well, it's interesting. So I also for me to hear this, and I hope that this journey which we will do together, that after that we all maybe we will have a. It's not about comparing book 1 and book 2, because I would say that these are completely different cycles, but it would be great just to know this amazing music better, to know it, because it is absolutely wonderful. And again, Bach supported us since the very beginning of the lockdown, and I'm very happy to have him again on our side also for these times. So I'm very happy to come to the piano now, and we will just have a look on the first prelude and fugue. So I'm wondering about the volume which you hear. So please let me. I will come in a second, and I will check whether the volume is loud enough, or I should try to adjust something, especially when I'm sitting in front of the piano. Oh, Jove is already saying yes, audio okay at the piano. That's great. I am very happy to see these comments. Francesco is saying from book 2, I love the Prelude and Fugue in B flat major. That's absolutely amazing set. We have a long journey until then, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So the C major, again, a great, amazing tonality, and this beginning of this cycle is completely different comparing to the first book. Actually, to be honest, I would not, I thought about that already, I would not compare book 1 and book 2, because I think these are really different cycles, and they have, I don't think for me that it's the right way to compare them. But so this opening prelude is absolutely amazing, because it's it's, I don't know, I have different thoughts about this. So the opening is like this. It starts with a great organ point, and here this is an amazing sound. This is, for me, it's like a great big door would be opening, and that you are entering an amazing, wonderful room, an amazing space, the entire maybe where you see the universe, where you see everything, and or maybe it's a curtain which goes up before the piece starts. But for me, somehow it has something with a bigger space than just rather than theater stage. To be honest, in this it's an extremely majestic and festive mood which I feel here. It's in a way also a kind of observation of the world, but at the same time in a very Bach way, in a very kind, in a very supportive way. And the entire prelude is composed in this mood, and I think that it is for me it was a challenge also now to discover. There is the line, the melodic line, it never interrupts, so it's actually a never stopping melodic line. We have already here four parts, which is quite amazing. You see, we have two voices, two parts in the right hand and two parts in the left, and Pierre, thank you, because I'm happy that it looks a little bit better with the sound quality. So yes, we have four parts, which makes actually again this melody absolutely, coming from one side to another. It's a very natural development. Again, it's like maybe a little bit like a river, that it never stops. It has no interruption in it. It is interesting to see the Busoni's version of the same prelude, because I will maybe try to show it to you, because it also again the question of tempo here is a little bit complicated, because we have, you see, oh yes, that looks good. So we have actually the 16th movement, and in the mood, of course, it's majestic, so it cannot be very, very quick tempo. And look what Busoni makes out of it. So he makes out of the 16 semi-quavers. Look what he writes. He makes everything in half, which is, of course, I wonder whether on YouTube we have also the mirrored picture of the music or not. Oh, that would be funny. So here we have a completely different language, which I think, of course, it is also in a way the indication of of the tempo. The indication of the tempo. I think it is absolutely necessary, especially on the modern piano, to not to play in a too heavy way, in a too slow way, because those long lines, they are very important. Just talking about the other version, about this source A, so this first manuscript from 1739-1740. So the first version of the same line, which I have just played, in this version it looks like this. The melodic line is more simple, so Bach does not use here this ornamentation at all, which he develops in the later version, which is, I think, absolutely, again, this shows his direction. That is also very interesting, because it brings this improvisation, the improvising like style, which all performers used to have by then, that he writes him out so that more people can really understand this style, they can play this music. So it's out of these just normal 16th notes, he made this. Ornamentation. This is, I think it's really, for me, very interesting to study those stages of the composition, because they shows us also for the other pieces where Bach, for instance, doesn't write out those ornamentations, that we can imagine what we can do, what we can try, what we can try out on the piano, because that belongs to the style, which is. I think, as we don't have any recordings from that time, we have to somehow still have to find a way to imagine how those people, like in Bach times, who have played this music. So this is this great majestic character remains throughout the prelude, with some. Of course, some sad moments, although quite little. To be honest, for me, the particular the interest, I will explain from. For instance, in the bar 13, this is the place with the D minor. Voices here, and the particular difficulty of this kind of things, I think, for me, is what to do with those voices. Is basically, of course, the polyphonic idea is that all voices are equal, so that they don't, not one voice has a kind of how should I say, is more important than the other. So we have to find a way to still bring some different colors in this. And this is the perfect section to try these things out, playing one line with two hands. So that because the left hand would automatically play in another color comparing to the right hand. So that's why it's absolutely ideal to hear the other phrasing, to hear the color which we are actually looking for. And then we can, once you hear it with your inner ear, once you hear the sound, you can really also play it with one hand. But it's very important to hear with the inner ear the sound which you are looking for. Actually, recently, that was really very funny, because recently I played it. I started to work on this on the C major prelude, and I thought somehow I saw this kind of writing somewhere. Where could that be? And indeed, again we see. You might remember I was playing recently Prokofiev's. Sorry, here I am. Prokofiev's Sonata number 8, and what we see here is exactly the same type of writing. Of course, we have only we have a bass, and only in the right hand we have this polyphonic line, but the idea is absolutely similar. So we have you see what I mean? It's very, again, so fascinating to see how many other composers Bach influenced, even so many years after that. So we have the same texture, we have the same idea, two voices which are actually talking to each other. It does not, they exist separately, but in this musical line they do not. You cannot. They belong together, and here it is the same idea of practice. So it's once I have practiced Bach, I can apply the same principle also in pieces like Prokofiev's 8th Sonata. Just for example, the fugue is a great contrast. I want to give you just a little. I was thinking in the end, in the bar 32, we have a great organ point, which I am taking, to be honest, to the also with the middle pedal in order to get this great organ sound. This is the end of the piece. This is where the entire piece goes to. So that's why for me it is. I allow myself to use this device here, the middle pedal, so that the sound, the bass, is really getting very big and exciting. The fugue is a completely contrast to the prelude. It's in 3 parts. It's such a joyful, such an energetic. Even I think for me also I feel some humor here in this piece. So the subject is like this. So the subject consists of 2 parts. One is, and the second is again a contrasting element. But basically, it's always something. It has something with the ornamentation, because this is a written out ornamentation. This is, and it has such an energy. It has such a such a joy. There are some wonderful canon sequences here. Where Bach uses the so-called false entries of the subject, where it just sounds like the first half of the subject, but it's actually not. It's just a part of it which Bach uses. It gets particularly important in the end, because from the bar, what is that? 55, there is until the end, which is more than 80, but it's more than 80 bars. So actually 1/3 of the fugue has no complete subject. It's only those so-called false entries where he uses only this first half, the first 2 bars of the subject. There is a question which I'm not, to be honest, I was thinking a lot about it. Should I play, because there is this ornamentation in the subject. What should I do with the false entries? And to be honest, I think that in the sequence where we have it like I would not, definitely not playing it. But in the end, let's say in the bars like 68, 60, 69, I would do this because it is still it's the element from the subject. But I think this can be, everyone can decide just how one feels like, because I think it's always difficult with this ornamentation in Bach's music, because even in some fugues he does not write it down in every entry of subject. So basically, definitely in all subjects, the subject should be always played in the same way. But in the places like this where we have when we have just parts of the subject, I think it depends also on the texture, because there are some places might be very, very difficult to play, but it's worth it to practice, so that every subject has this kind of unique quality that is always recognizable. So I'm very, very happy to start our journey, Well-Tempered Clavier by Johann Sebastian Bach, Book 2, Prelude and Fugue in C major. Please enjoy. I see what happened. Okay. Yes. So this is exactly what I was hoping will not happen, but it looks like the Facebook did not work. But I am very happy that we have this stream here on YouTube, and this was the C major Prelude and Fugue from the book 2 by Johann Sebastian Bach. Well, it is amazing that our journey will resume, and I am hoping very much that this will be the place, again, will remain the place where we discuss many things about music. So please feel free to ask any questions about music that we have, maybe some particular places from some pieces of music, and this is very nice to be here, to have you here again. And yes, just feel free to ask anything about any piano piece or music in general. It would be absolutely amazing. It would be amazing to have you here. So I'm happy to see that YouTube works. This is very, very good to know. So I will be working on the, let's say, the stable solution for our streams. And Alexis, I see that you have moved here. That's amazing. So anyway, thanks for joining, and see you next week for our next stream, Thursday. So please have a good week, take a good care, and we see each other next week. Bye bye.